Thank you so much for having us on. I want to welcome our standing guest. We're very excited to announce Dr. Surajit Khanna will be a regular on this radio show Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays at 4:15. We will be giving a weekly message, and we're going to have guests on the show. We plan to also Zoom it and put it on Facebook, facebook.com/Khanna, Khanna, 4 kids. I'd like to introduce Dr. Khanna now. He is a child safety advocate. He is a champion for the nonprofit Voice of the Kids and connecting them to organizations that can help. He also works very diligently on the website Khanna for Kids. He has a weekly message which is very interesting. We all heard about the Declaration of Independence. Very few of us have heard about the Declaration of Interdependence. Dr. Khanna is going to give a little speech on that now.
Thank you very much, Gary, and thank you very much, Brother Willie, for having me here. I'm really honored that I've been working with children almost a decade now, and with my legal background, I would say that I get all the pleasure giving all possible guidance to the children so that they can be a better man or woman in the future. Like we said in the last speech, where I spoke about the Declaration of Independence, and I did emphasize on the parents, on the adults, that it is very important for us to educate the children on the Declaration of Independence, because everybody celebrates independence. Everybody celebrates July 4th, but the children don't have any clue what really the declaration happened and how did they impact the independence. So today I thought, in just because of the continuation of independence, and since we are still in July mode, not many of us, including children, have heard about the Declaration of Interdependence, and it's spelled as inter, I-N-T-E-R, and then dependence, which is very close to independence, but it is called interdependence. And I thought this is the very right, appropriate time for talking about this interdependence. Most children are taught about the Declaration of Independence, but almost none have heard about this Declaration of Interdependence, and it's called for racial goodwill. One of the key tenets of the formation of the United States, embedded within the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, is the principle that citizens should self-govern themselves. A responsible population that obeys the laws of nation is a peaceful nation. Children need to understand that all races, creeds, colors are all interdependent. When they are not, it causes unrest. That's exactly what is happening in United States today. It is much better for a country to have people self-governing and being respectful of one another than being suspicious or even hateful because of races, creeds, and colors. All children are created equal, and they need to be taught this in the homes and in the schools. Not only do we have independence in this country, but the founding fathers, aware of human nature, formed documents that framed the people's interdependence. Not many people knew about this, but today I really want to emphasize this interdependence, because all races, creeds, colors are all interdependent. Robert Winthrop said once, men must be controlled either by a power within them or by a power without them, either by the Bible or by the bayonet. When people are self-governed, the need of government to force people to obey established laws is greatly reduced. It eliminates the need of a police state. Folks, the independence was not created to police the human beings. It was created so that we all are self-governed and we respect each other. You see, we are not only dependent in this country, but we are interdependent on one another. On the government, on the businesses, we depend on each other individually and collectively. On April 8, 1944, American philosopher and historian, if you heard of his name, called Mr. Will Durant, was approached by two leaders of the Jewish and Christian faiths, and they are Mayor David and Dr. Christian Richard, about starting a movement to raise moral standards. And this was in 1944. He suggested instead a movement against racial intolerance, arguing that would accomplish the goal, and outlined his ideas for a declaration of interdependence. The movement for the declaration of interdependence was launched on March 22nd, 1945, attended by over 400 people. The declaration was read into the Congressional Record on October 1st, 1945, and it is named as Interdependence Among People and Culture. How many of you know about this? Let me read that. The Declaration of Interdependence is called as such. Human progress, having reached a high level through respect for the liberty and dignity of men, it has become desirable to reaffirm these evident truths. Number one, the differences of race, color, and creed are natural, and that diverse groups, institutions, and ideas are simultaneously factors in the development of man. Number two, that to promote harmony in diversity is a responsible task of religion and statesmanship. Number three, that since no individual can express the whole truth, it is essential to treat with understanding and good will those views differ from our own. Number four, that by the testimony of history, intolerance is the door to violence, brutality, and dictatorship. Number five, that the realization of human interdependence and solidarity is the best guard of civilization. Therefore, we solemnly resolve and invite everyone to join in united action to uphold and promote human fellowship through mutual consideration and respect, to champion human dignity and decency, and to safeguard these without distinctions of race or color or creed, to strive in concert with others to discourage all animosities arising from these differences, and to unite all groups in the fair play of civilized life. This is what I read was the Declaration of Interdependence. Very clearly talks about race, color, and creed, and clearly talks about championing the human dignity and decency, safeguarding this distinction between race, color, and creed. Rooted in freedom, bonded in the fellowship of danger, sharing everywhere a common human blood. We declare again that all men are brothers and that mutual tolerance is the price of liberty. Let us not only celebrate our independence, but let us teach our children about our interdependence on one another of all races. Thank you very much, folks, for listening to this speech. I just want to emphasize that interdependence is very important because today, whatever is happening because of race, it means a lot. Black life matters. This is where this declaration tells that Black life matters. Again, thank you very much, Brother Willie. Thank you, Gary, for allowing me to give me this speech for the whole nation, especially to the children, because children's safety is very important, and we cannot promote the safety of children if they do not understand that they have an equal foot in this country, because there is no distinction between race, color, and creed.